Hello guys, welcome to today's tutorial. This tutorial will be learning how to make this beautiful beret Zara cap or spiral beret. Alright, I'm still Jennifer Kingsley, the admin of Jenny King's Creations. Alright, I have my fabric cut out already, measuring 28 inches head circumference by 30 inches length. Alright, the fabric is a stretchy one and this very one is very thick. I say 30 because I later trim off. I initially measure 32, but later on I trim off. So if you can use 30, it's okay. All right. So we'll be needing bony as well. We have small one and the big one. So it's big one that fits in this particular style. All right. So this fabric is a bale fabric, very thick. It's thicker than normal poly, not that double foam, but the normal poly. All right, so you fold in 2 inches inside, that is, you fold into the wrong side. We want to create band. You can as well cut out, separate the band before joining. All right, so this is the 2 inches band that we have made. All right, so it's going to serve as band for us now. Remember, I fold to the wrong side. Now you face your fabric right side. Every other work we'll be doing will be working on the right side of the fabric. All right, so from the line of the band, measure 2 inches and mark straight down. Measure 2 inches and mark straight down. This particular 2 inches is going to be the depth of the beret or the Zara cap. All right, so just 2 inches away from the band. All right, these 2 inches we are not going to touch it for anything. All right, so measure another 2 inches from the line, from the previous line. Measure 2 inches. I will advise you use 3 inches because I discovered that the height of my spiral do not come up well. So you can measure, you can use 3 inches, not the first one, I mean this last one. All right, you can use 3 inches. So now we are going to work with these lines, the 2 lines that you have created. We're going to bring them together. You see, just watch my hand. I will match the lines together. This one is just the ABCD of it all. I will match the lines together, the 2 lines together, then I will run a stitch. I'll run a stitch straight. All right, did you understand me? Let me start again. The first 2 inches, don't touch it. Then the last 2 inches, fold it into 2. The 2 inches, like you are dividing it into 2. So we match the lines together and sew straight. Match the lines together and sew straight to the other end. All right, so this is it. It's just like the pleated body we normally do, but this very one is outside. You know, the other one is inside. All right, look at the other first 2 inches. I did not touch it. So it's the other inches that the 2 that we divided into 2, giving you 1 inch. But I would advise you use 3 inches so that after sewing it will give you like 1.5 the height. All right, so we are going to create 1.5 inches away from that line, from your sewing line. Mark 1.5. That is going to be the gap in between the 2 pleats we are going to do. All right, mark 1.5 down. Mark 1.5 down, straight like this. It's going to be the gap in between the 2. The gap between the band and the first pleat is 2. Then the gap between the first pleat and the second pleat will be 1.5. Then after that, mark another 2 inches. But if you are using 3 inches, like I said, after 1.5 inches mark, the next one should be 3. But if you are using my own 2 inches like I made this one, then you mark 2 inches. Same pattern we did with the other 2 inches. It's the same thing we'll be doing. Bring the lines together and sew. Follow the line straight. We have done 2 lines so far. So you can see the band is different, and the second 2 inches I did not touch it. I sew the other one. You see 1.5 gap. We sew the other 2 inches. So now we'll be marking 1.5 inch here. Just mark it straight down. Mark it straight down. This 1.5 inch is going to be the gap in between 2 pleats. So the next line now will be 2 inches. In marking 2 inches. If you are adopting the 3 inches I talk about, so yours will be 3 inches and 1.5. But for this tutorials, I'm using 2 inches. So it's 1.5 inches, 2 inches that I'll be marking all through now. Alright, so we fold the 2 inches together and sew line to line. Let the lines align together and sew. Alright, so that is that. That is that. You can see 2 inches, you sew 1.5, you sew 1.5, you sew. After the band, you measure 2 inches, and that is that. The rest is going to be 1.5 and 2 inches, 1.5 and 2 inches. So I'm marking another 1.5 inch right now, straight down. I'm marking 1.5 inch now, straight down. Then afterward, I'll mark another line, 2 inches. I'll mark another line, 2 inches. If you are using 3 inches, here should be 3 inches. Alright, so you can see the same pattern we do for the rest. Fold it line to line and sew directly on the line. So just continue like that until you exhaust your fabric. Alright, I'm done plating. We have five pleats. You can see band, I did not touch it. The depth of 2 inches, I did not touch it. So the maximum you can have is 5 pleats. Alright, you can make 4, good and fine. So the next thing now is to insert our boning. The smooth part of this is the back, while this rough side we plait is the front of the cap. So bend your boning this way. I'm using the sewable boning, that is why we can bend it this way. And I bend it so that it will not stick to my fabric, so I can pass through smoothly for me. Alright, so I keep pushing, I keep pulling until it appears on the other side. Then you straight it up there. Don't cut it out, so just straight it up there and arrange your boning. Arrange your boning, let it turn flat. Alright, so we do like that for all the holes. Remember, I'm so sorry, something came up here and I went off camera. Alright, what I did here was to fold the cap into 2 to get the size of the band. You can see, just like the normal way we close our turban. I use 10 inches here. I sew straight, then I curve my hand. Then I come to the other side, the angle. I close it up there. Then I left only the side that the bone is showing. You understand? So after that was what I did there. Nothing much. You understand? I just closed the band. You understand? Then I close the other side. That's all. So the next thing is to gum the bunny together. You can see all these bunnies are not the same size. Please use the measurement correctly. The bigger measurement is start from the band side to the smallest one. Alright, so the next thing now, look at where I'm starting from the band side. That is where I am starting the gumming from, and that is where the bigger bunny I insert it from. Alright, so just apply your gum. on one side of the body, on one side of the body, and use the other one to cover it up this way. This is what we're going to do for all the 5 lines that we fixed bone. So I've applied my gum and I place the opposite on top, and it will stick together for me. The best gum you can use here is your hot glue gum, right? So this is what we do until we exhaust or we finish up all the number of the bunny we have here. So after that, we'll be pulling the fabric to cover the bunny. Please, if you are yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please just do so. Just do so, and the Lord bless you. Amen. So I keep applying the gum and I covered it up. Please don't rush here so that you will not pick maybe from one side and you gum the wrong one together. No, ensure it's opposite before you gum. All right, so I've finished it up now. So this is what we have. So the next thing is to cover the bunny up, and that this is where we are forming the shape of the spiral. With your thread and needle, stitch this way, stitch this way. All right, after you stitch, you cut the thread, you move on to the next one, pull the fabric together, turn the other side and check the shape. All right, and stitch as well. So this is what we'll do for all the 5 lines of bunnies that we have. You keep pulling. As you are getting closer to the top, the fabric will be much in your hands as you are pulling. You understand? So we have done pulling all, and we are working towards pressing them together this way. But before then, we will be running somehow gather. Look at this opening. We will not leave them there like that. And there's an opening before the first bunny. That's 2 inches between the band and the first line. So we'll be running gathers here. Just watch what I'm doing here. I'll run gather from here. I will pass my needle through the bony stitch, just to bring them together. Then the other opening, I'll run gather there as well. I pass my needle through the bony. Then I move on to the other opening. I run my gather. I run my gather like this, and I pass my needle through the bony as well, like that till I get to the top. So I will now tie it here firmly and cut off the thread. Yes. So the next thing is to gather the inner part. This line we will not leave it there like that. We'll gather it from inside. So place your cap this way. Use your hand to bring it out from inside the cap. Move your hand very close to the last bunny and run gathers there as well. Look at it. From this beginning, you have to hold it very well. If not, you will have some puff puff at the end of everything. So you run gather stitches here to the end. So tie it very firmly and cut off, but ensure you check to know whether you have a good shape first before you cut off the thread. So you can see I'm still having some puff puff here, so I will use my needle to hold it down. So after that, I'll cut it off. So we're not going to leave these rough stuffs here. There are so many things you can do here. Here now will bring out your creativity. Like this very one, I have to use a piece of fabric to cover it. I fold into 2, I sew, and I place it on top. But there are so many other things you can do aside that
This is trimming. This is trimming. So you can use trimming to cover it up. A trimming that is wide enough to cover the rough edges. All you need to do is just to apply the gum and place it. You can also use patch. There are so many things you can do here. So let here bring out your creativity. It can be big rows or whatever. So by this, after applying it, you rub gun and apply it, and the cap will be ready. So I am waiting for your practicals. Please encourage me and subscribe to the channel. The Lord bless you. See you soon in another tutorial.